because it's going to be quicker, easier.
Because then the bus is stuck in that traffic. There's no traffic no more. It's just now there's no trains cutting each other off at a red light and a green light. That train is coming from here to South Station.
And you have to sit in for hours on a hot day.
And you get to sit down with the cushion seats. You plug your phone in, you can relax, enjoy the ride. See?
I do think I would give it a chance and take the train. I live in Fall River now, but I take like a Lyft or I get a ride to Boston, and then from Boston I catch the bus to go to New Hampshire. So if I was able to take the train, it would just make it so much easier. I hope everybody uses it as a way of building their life and having easy transportation that's affordable, because we are not a big city, so not everybody can probably maybe afford that $13, but...
When I was going to Boston, I was paying $10 on the commuter rail. So look at the difference. When you go from here to Boston to North Station, it's gonna cost you $10 anyway. Because the train is gonna get me there faster than the bus. It's not expensive at all to take the train. If I'm working in Boston, I could come back and forth. And that's convenient for me.
Like, I depend on the bus to get to and from work and to cater jobs, and the train, even if we did have catering in Boston, I'd rather take the bus or a rideshare app. It's much safer. Taking like a train later in the day, especially when it gets dark, is an unsafe situation for any female. It's very sketchy. Like, I have my purse on as is right now, and I'd be more safe to keep it like this all the time, especially bringing that into New Bedford. I would not feel comfortable going anywhere near the station. There's cameras everywhere on the buses and the terminal itself, and there's always a police officer here 99% of the time, and he's always right there. Versus the Boston aspect of it, there is no police, and even if they aren't paying attention.
I haven't been to Boston in years. I used to drive. I've never been by bus. Me, I would prefer the train. I mean, I'm not against riding the bus. Our problem was there was no bus coming home. So at the time, the last bus we could get home was like 2:30, 2:50, so I couldn't get home. So if I met him in Boston, we couldn't get home. He couldn't even take a bus home. He had to take a Lyft. He had to take a Lyft to me from Boston, $120. And that was like mid-cheap.
I would take the train over the bus.
I probably would take a train over a bus.
I definitely would. Yeah, I think comfort and just ease. Just the ease to have to get up and back. It'll definitely attract more people who want to work in Boston to come and live in the city.
Yeah, I love
trains.
I love Boston, so I'm always trying to go out there. There's no more bus, so I'm going to be taking the train. But no, it'll be convenient, way more convenient. It's just raising the rent. That's the only thing that sucks. But other than that, yeah, I can get a job in Boston now. I live here, but I would get a job out there if it's going to take 19 minutes.
To go to an event in Boston, it would be, I think, a nice option to take it versus driving in. But I wouldn't necessarily like look for a job in Boston and think, okay, I could take it every day as an option, because I think it would still take a little while. Is it going to change everybody's like everyday life? And like I said, is it going to change people's options in terms of where they're going to work and how far they're going to be able to go for work? That I'm not sure of, but I do think it is a positive, and I do think it's a nice option to have.